Now, the greatest radio shows of all time.
Suspense.
The Shadow Node.
Washington calling David Harding, counter-spy.
Classic radio theater.
The Great Gildersleeve.
Fibber McGee and Molly.
Dragnet. Gunsmoke.
The Lone Ranger.
Now, step back into a time machine with your host, Wyatt Cox.
Good evening, friends of the Inner Sanctum.
Hello again, this is Jack Benny talking. An episode of the Jack Benny program with his special guest Gisele MacKenzie. This episode originally broadcast March 7th, 1954. Jack's in New York City, not staying at the Biltmore or any of the fancy hotels. No, he's staying at the Acme Plaza.
The Jack Benny program. From New York City, Jack Benny with Mary Livingston, Rochester, Dennis Day, Bob Crosby, and yours truly, Don Wilson. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Jack Benny's second week in New York, and right now we'd like to take you to Jack's room at the Waldorf Astoria Hotel. Unfortunately, he's not staying there. So we take you to his room at the Acme Plaza. East side, west side, all around the town. Doggone, every time Mr. Benny comes to New York, he always stays at this broken-down hotel.
Good morning, Rochester.
Oh, good morning, Mr. Benny. Did you have a good night's sleep?
Yeah, by the way, what kind of weather are we having today? Is it raining?
I don't think so.
Oh, is it sunny out?
I'm not sure.
Maybe it's cloudy and drizzly.
Could be.
On the other hand, it might be clear and cold.
Boss, if you'd only get a room with a window, we could stop playing 20 questions.
Never mind.
Say, look what time it is. I better get your breakfast in a hurry. You've got that 10 o'clock appointment with your dentist.
No, Rochester. I went to the dentist yesterday, and I'm all finished.
Good. Well, I'll order your breakfast.
Room service.
Hello, this is Rochester. I'd like to order some breakfast for Mr. Benny.
What'll he have this morning? Farina, oatmeal, mush, or cream of wheat?
Ham and eggs. He can chew again.
Oh, that's good. It'll be nice to have him smile at me for a change. Now, what else, please?
Buttered toast and coffee.
Coffee?
Yes.
The management of the Acme Plaza Hotel requests that we make this announcement to our guests. Due to the recent increases in the cost of wholesale coffee, we are forced to raise our prices.
You raised your price in coffee?
Yes, it's 5 cents a cup now.
Well, send it along. Your breakfast will be along soon, boss.
Oh, thank you.
By the way, boss, can I have tonight off? Some friends of mine are giving me a farewell party.
No, Rochester, I have a lot of things for you to do.
Can I have tomorrow night off?
No.
Well, how about Tuesday night?
Tuesday night sounds all right. Where are you going Tuesday?
The same party. It'll still be rolling.
I should have known. Well, Rochester, I'll get it.
Oh, hello, Jack.
Hello, Don. Don, how are you? Don, turn yourself sideways and come in. I didn't expect you.
I just thought I'd drop by. I have a little surprise for you.
Surprise?
Yeah, I was out with your sponsor last night, and he told me how happy he is with your radio and TV programs.
Oh, that's nice.
And to show his appreciation, he's buying tickets for all of us to see a Broadway show tomorrow night.
Which one?
LSMFT and Sympathy.
Oh, yeah. I hated to tell him that Deborah Carr wasn't Dorothy Collins.
Say, Jack, would you like to go to a show with me tonight?
No, not tonight, Don. I've got a date.
With whom?
Gisele MacKenzie. You know, she sings on the hit parade, and she's a lovely... Come in.
Here's your breakfast.
Thanks.
Here's the pepper and salt. Here's a whisk broom.
A whisk broom, what's that for?
Coming down the hall, I dropped your ham and eggs.
Look, I told you can forget the jokes. This trip I brought my own writers.
Okay.
Give me the check and I'll sign it. Here, boy, and I wrote down the tip.
Say, Mr. Benny, wouldn't you like to erase the tip and give me the same amount in cash?
Why?
Then nobody but the two of us will ever know.
Okay, here.
Thanks.
Say, Don, do you care to have a little coffee with me?
Oh, no, thanks, Jack. I've already eaten.
Good. Well, I better eat before it gets cold. I got a radio rehearsal this afternoon, and tonight I got to pick up Gisele MacKenzie. Gee, it's been a nice day. I like to walk along Broadway and look at all the signs. Look at all the new pictures that have opened up. Beat the Devil with Humphrey Bogart. It Should Happen to You with Judy Holliday. Riot in Cell Block 11. Oh, yes, that's based on the life of Frank Remley. See, I thought the Hit Parade studio was right around here somewhere, but I don't see it. I better ask somebody where it is. Excuse me, mister.
Huh? You talking to me?
Yeah. Hey, I know you. You're John L.C. Savoni. Well, it's nice running into you again, Mr. Savoni, huh?
Wait a minute. Who are you?
Don't you recognize me? Here, I'll step under the light. Now, take a good look at me.
Holy smoke, it's Jack Benny!
That's right. Mr. Savoni, the last time I saw you was in Hollywood. What are you doing here in New York?
Well, I'll tell you how it happened anyway. I was back in Hollywood. I was just hanging around the house. I wasn't doing anything. I was just hanging around the house. I didn't feel like doing anything. Just hanging around the house. I said to my wife, "Hey, you." She said, "Who?" I said, "You." She said, "Me?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "What?" I said, "Answer the phone." She said, "No." I said, "Answer the phone." She said, "No." I said, "Answer the phone." She said, "No." I said, "Answer the phone." She said, "No."
Well, gee, why didn't she want to answer the phone?
It hadn't rung yet.
Oh, well, if the phone hadn't rung, why'd you want her to answer it?
Well, she just hanging around. She wasn't doing anything.
Oh, I see.
Well, then the phone rings, and it's a quiz program, and I answer all the questions correctly.
You answer the questions correct. That's what do they ask you?
Well, first they asked me my name.
Yeah, naturally.
They didn't stick me. I had it right here on my driver's license.
Oh, well, what else? What else did they ask you on this quiz program?
Well, they told me that they had asked the same jackpot questions of a lot of contestants. They asked me how many legs does a horse have? And I said 3, and I won.
Wait a minute, John. That's not the right answer.
I know, but I was the closest. Then they announced on the radio that the winner of the 2-week vacation in Honolulu was John Alfie Savoni, and I said, "Holy smoke, that's me!"
John, did you say you won 2 weeks in Honolulu?
Yeah.
Then what are you doing here instead?
Well, I asked him if I could come here because I want to try out with the New York Giants.
Well, John, you can't play baseball.
With the Giants, that's an advantage.
I see what you mean. Well, John, it was nice running into you, but I gotta go now. I'm a little late for an appointment. By the way, do you know where the Hit Parade studio is?
Yeah, it's just around the corner.
Well, thanks. I better hurry. Goodbye.
Sure, Mr. Benny.
Gee, what a character. Someone told him that peroxide would keep his hair blonde, so he drank 3 bottles. Oh, here's the theater. There's the stage door. Now, let's see where,
Hey, you, where do you think you're going?
Oh, I didn't notice you, Dorman. I'm going in to see Miss Gisele MacKenzie.
Oh, yeah, she left word for you to go right in.
Thank you.
You'll find her on the stage over there. And please be quiet. She's about to rehearse her number.
Okay.
And while Gisele MacKenzie sings her song, we'll take a break. During an episode, 4 years earlier, Frank Fontaine played a bum, John L.C. Savoni, who asked Benny for a dime of cup of coffee, and the smallest coin Benny had to offer was a 50-cent piece. He gave it to him. The story Benny told about this event became a running gag during later shows. Frank Fontaine, a very, very funny man, probably best remembered as the role Crazy Guggenheim on the Jackie Gleason Show. But he did have his own weekly variety show on CBS Radio in 1952 with 4 other members of Fontaine's family, in addition to singer Helen O'Connell and announcer Harry Von Zell. And yes, Crazy Guggenheim during Gleason's Joe the Bartender skits. Amazingly enough, he had such a crazy character, and yet he had such an amazing singing voice. In fact, he released an album, Songs I Sing on the Jackie Gleason Show. I'm Wyatt Cox, and you're listening to Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. In this hour, the Jack Benny program, March 7th, 1954. We'll continue, but first, these messages. Thanks for tuning in to Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. We're listening this hour to an episode of the Jack Benny program as Jack goes on a date with Gisele MacKenzie. What you might not know, Gisele MacKenzie, who was a vocalist for years on Your Hit Parade, she also was a classically trained violinist. She studied at the Royal Conservatory of Music, and in fact, she performed many comedic musical duets with Jack Benny. And I'll try to share a copy of that up on our Facebook pages. But if you just go on YouTube and search Jack Benny Gisele MacKenzie, and you will have a good laugh out of it because it's a delight. And she was an actor. In fact, she toured with Jack Benny in 1952-53, and he recommended her for the role in Your Hit Parade. She was on that show for 4 years, and her biggest hit record, Hard to Get, broke during her time on that show. Now let's get back to Jack Benny here with Gisele MacKenzie. Ms. Gisele has finished her song, March 7th, 1954, on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox.
Gisele, that was just wonderful.
Huh? Oh, it's you, Jack.
Yes, I came in just as you started your number.
Well, I'm all finished now. We can go.
Good. Is there any particular place you'd like to eat?
Well, how about the Colony Club?
Well...
21?
Oh, I don't know.
How about El Morocco?
Well...
Say, I know just the place. It's a little French restaurant on 83rd Street. You'll love it. It's called La cuisine est pauvre, mais le prix est bien.
What does that mean?
The food is lousy, but the price is right.
It sounds so nice in French. You know, Gisele, I figured you'd suggest a French restaurant. Your name is sort of French, isn't it?
Well, just my first name, Mackenzie, is Scotch.
Ah, the Scotch. They're great people.
Do you really think so, Jack?
Yeah, both Phil Harris and I love them, but for different reasons. We turned this corner here, don't we?
Oh, Jack, are we going to walk all the way?
Well...
Oh, come on, Jackie boy. Wouldn't it be fun with just the two of us in a cab?
Taxi! Taxi!
Are you on a cab, mister?
Yes. Get in, Gisele.
Where you want to go, folks?
Up Broadway to 83rd Street.
Okay.
Gee, as soon as he pushed the meter down, it registered 25 cents. You hear that noise there? What happened to 15 and 5? Oh, well. Gisele?
Yes?
Do you mind if I put my arm around you?
Well, no, Jack.
There we are. Now, as I was saying, since I saw you last, I thought about you quite often, and not as a singer or entertainer, but as a beautiful... 30 cents. Girl, whom I could be very fond of. As a matter of fact, during my many years in show business, I've always thought of meeting a girl as sweet and intelligent as you. You know, yours is the type of beauty that I've always admired. Gorgeous figure, dark, flashing eyes, gleaming black, 35 cents hair. And you know, Gisele, I'm not usually serious, but a date like this tonight could lead to another. Then maybe we could get engaged, and after a while we'd even get married. And in time, well, you know how it is. We could even raise a family and maybe have 1 or 2 or even 3 40-cent kids. Or maybe, just like in the song, a boy for you and a girl for 45... Whoops, that was a quickie, wasn't it?
Well, this is a ricochet romance if I ever saw one.
Oh, Gisele, stop kidding. I'm serious about this.
Hey, buddy, you back there. Ain't you Jack Benny?
Yes, I am. You see, Gisele...
I thought I recognized you when you got in.
Thank you. You see, Gisele, I'm really fonder of you than...
Say, Mr. Benny, I got a brother lives in Los Angeles. Name's Crowley, Joe Crowley. You ever run into him there?
Crowley? No, I don't think so. Anyway, Gisele, every man must settle down sometime when a man feels that romance has come into his life.
Cracks his knuckles a lot. Funny you never heard him.
Look, driver, there are nearly 2 million people in Los Angeles. I assure you I don't know everybody.
But Joe wears glasses.
Well, I'm sorry, I didn't see him. Now, let's see, where was I?
Romance had come into your life and Joe was wearing glasses.
Oh, yeah. Now, Gisele, as I was saying, there comes a time when every man... Holy smoke, look at that meter. 60 cents now. Driver, stop the cab.
Well, we ain't at 83rd Street.
I don't care. Stop the cab. Your meter's too fast.
Look, mister, you can't get in my cab and say I'm a crook.
I don't... You think I'm some tourist that you can take me for a joyride and play me for a 65-cent sucker. Well, you can't go do that. Stop the cab. Here's your money. Now, come on, let's go, Giselle.
But, Jack, what about dinner?
Don't worry. He stopped right in front of your apartment. You must have something in the refrigerator.
March 7th, 1954, the Jack Benny program on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. There's more, by the way, and we'll hear that following these important messages from your favorite radio station. Just when you thought it couldn't get any better, Mike Lindell and MyPillow launching the MyPillow 2.0. Now, when Mike invented MyPillow, it had everything you could want in a pillow. Now, nearly 20 years later, he's discovered a new technology that makes MyPillow even better. Of course, the patented adjustable fill of the original MyPillow, but now with brand new fabric with a temperature-regulating thread, it's the softest, smoothest, and coolest pillow you'll ever own. Say goodbye to tossing and turning and flipping your pillow over in the middle of the night. And more great news on the MyPillow 2.0 buy one, get one free offer with my promo code Wyatt. MyPillow 2.0 is 100% made in the USA, 10-year warranty, 60-day money-back guarantee. Go to MyPillow.com, click on the radio podcast square to receive the MyPillow 2.0 buy one, get one free offer. Use my promo code Wyatt or call 1-800-928-4715. Thanks for tuning in to Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox here on your favorite radio station. Now the conclusion of the Jack Benny Show, March 7th, 1954.
Oh, Jack, the CBS radio and television networks, as well as your show, have been singularly honored by the American Legion. And here tonight is Dr. Frank Stanton, president of CBS.
Hello, Dr. Stanton. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you, Jack.
And also, Jack, I'd like you to meet Mr. James O'Neill, publisher of the American Legion's National Magazine.
Hello, Jack.
Well, it's good to see you, Mr. O'Neill.
It's certainly nice to be here with Dr. Stanton and you, Jack. They say that when you put two Legionnaires together, it doesn't take long to get a convention going. So, Legionnaire Jack Benny of Post 264, Lake Forest, Illinois, we've got our own little convention underway with Dr. Frank Stanton as our guest of honor.
That we have.
Well, Dr. Stanton and Jack, as we move along in this new year, the American Legion reviews the accomplishments of 1953 in the fields of radio and television and is privileged to present the CBS networks with these Legion awards. Dr. Stanton, as president of CBS, the American Legion commends you and your radio and television divisions for maintaining a high level of clean entertainment. We feel that the Jack Benny Show typifies that quality. We also wish to cite the CBS networks for their unexcelled public informational services. For these reasons, I am very proud to have the privilege of presenting you with these citations, Dr. Stanton.
Thank you, Mr. O'Neill, and you too, Jack. Speaking for the CBS radio and CBS television networks, both of which, as you know, carry the Jack Benny programs, let me say that we are deeply honored by the American Legion's recognition of our efforts. It has been our continuing objective over the years to bring the American people the best entertainment and the most responsible news and public discussion within our power. This latest testimonial by the American Legion can only serve to give us renewed incentive in our steady pursuit of this goal. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Stanton and Mr. O'Neill. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank Frank Fontaine for bringing us his character of John L.C. Savoni once more. Giselle, I want to tell you how happy I am that you could appear on my radio show tonight.
Well, Jack, it was a pleasure. Tell me, are you going right back to Hollywood?
Oh, no, I have a couple more things to do here in New York, and then on March 15th, I'm going to Washington, D.C. to say goodbye to an old friend.
Who?
My money. Good night, Giselle. Good night.
The Jack Benny program is written by Sam Perrin, Milt Josephsberg, George Balzer, John Tackerberry, Al Gordon, Hal Goldman, and produced and transcribed by Hilliard Marks.
Yeah, 1954 was the last year that tax day was March 15th. In 1955, it would move to today's date. Well, not today, but April 15th. The Jack Benny program, March 7th, 1954. Do you think that they could say the same thing about CBS today? Clean program. Yeah, I know. Thanks for tuning into Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. We'll head to Pine Ridge, Arkansas in a moment. But first, these important messages. Now, I want to give you a good idea of how good Ted over at RadioMemories.com has done restoration. This is the best I've ever heard Lum and Abner's 1935 season that was sponsored by Horlicks Malted Milk. I don't have the Horlicks commercials in this. I removed them. But I want you to hear, going back 80 years, how good Ted was able to restore these. And I will tell you, the early 1930s programs, the 1935 season, which is the first season that we have a consistent run of Lum and Abner shows, actually sounds. As Abner does some bartering. He's swapping. And Abner's never known for being really good at swapping. This episode on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox of Lum and Abner goes back, as I said, over 80 years to March 7th, 1935.
And now, let's see what's happening down in Pine Ridge. Since Lum and Abner dissolved partnership and divided the stock of the Jot 'em Down store, they have been operating two separate and independent stores under the same roof. Competition is keen, and Abner has adopted a plan of swapping merchandise for anything the customer has to trade. Naturally, he's doing a big business. As we look in on Pine Ridge today, we find Abner out in front of the store looking over a horse that Snake Hogan has brought down to trade. Listen.
Well, it's a likely-looking animal, all right, Snake. What'd you figure you'd have to have for him?
Well, he's worth a lot more than I expect to get for him, Peabody, but times have been pretty hard with me this winter, and we're plumb out anything to eat over there, else I wouldn't even think of parting with him. It's going to be just like parting with one of the family, you know.
Well, sure, that's what everybody said that's brung anything down here to swap me, Snake. All hate to part with them. Looks like I've swapped everybody out of their favorite animals for the last 2 days. I just hope I don't get attached to them that way.
Well, make me some kind of an offer on him.
Well, I don't know, Snake. Looks like he ought to be worth, $15.
$15? Come on here, Frank.
Well, hold on now. Wait a minute now, Snake. Here, don't go leading him off yet. I just said he looked like he ought to be worth that much. I never said that I wouldn't give more.
You just ain't looked this horse over good, Peabody.
Maybe not.
Look how broad he is through the chest there.
Yeah.
Stands on the ground there as square as the legs on a cook stove.
Well, he looks a little weak there in his hind quarters, though. Looks like he might have a little trouble getting up again he gets down.
Well, he's a little gant, all right, but I just ain't had the money to feed him this winter like I ought to.
No.
Young horse that way, if somebody pour the feed to him, he'd fill right out.
Yeah, now let me look at his teeth here now. He don't look like no colt.
I wouldn't try to open his mouth there, Abner. No, I wouldn't do that. He's awful bad about biting. Liable to take an arm right off of you.
Well, Law, I can't tell nothing about a horse standing off this way and looking at him. He told me not to get around his hind quarters on account of him being so bad about kicking. Now you tell me not to open his mouth 'cause he might bite. Why, I don't know where I'd want that critter on the place or not.
Oh, well, he's gentle, all right. Docile as a kitten, that animal is. Them children of mine plays with him all the time. He won't bother nobody.
Yeah, I'd hate to have a young'un of mine playing around him. Liable to get ate up. How does a body go about putting a bridle on him if he's so bad about biting that way?
Oh, well, he don't mind a body getting around his head or putting a bridle on him at all, but he just won't stand for nobody to open his mouth to look at his teeth. Funniest horse about that I ever seen.
Yeah, yeah, that is strange, yeah. How old did you say he was, Snake?
Well, I don't know for sure, Peabody, but I don't believe he's past 5.
Yeah, you don't, Well, tell you what I'll do, Snake. I'll give you $25 in trade for him.
Well, Peabody, it looks like to me that we ain't going to get together on a trade. I had in mind when I come over here not to take a cent less than $75 for him.
$75?
Yeah.
Dogged, I reckon he's a better horse than I thought he was.
Why, sure, this is a blooded stock, this horse is, a thoroughbred.
Thoroughbred what?
Well, I don't know the different kinds of horses he is, but I know he's full-blood something. Tell you what I might do, Peabody, and I'll more than likely hate myself for doing it.
Yeah?
I ain't got no use for this horse, and I do need the groceries. Let's see. I might not make you a present of him.
Well, now, here, I don't want you to do that now. I don't want you to just give him to me.
Well, I was just thinking, I'll let you have him for $50 in trade there in the store. But that's my bottom price.
You wouldn't take $40 for him, huh?
Well, I don't think so.
How about 45?
45, huh?
Yeah.
You're talking about the best groceries you got there in the store, ain't you?
Oh, yeah, anything I got in there, Lord, you can pick 'em out yourself. I don't care.
Well, I oughtn't to take that for him.
Well, if 50's the best you do, I reckon I'll take him.
All right, he's yours.
Well, go. Just lead him on around there back to the store, Snake, and turn him loose in that lot there. Then come on in the store and just pick out what you want. I'm a pretty close trader, ain't I?
Yes, you are, Peabody. You ought to have been a horse trader.
Yeah. Well, howdy, Grandpap. What you got there?
These are them rabbits I was telling you about yesterday. Howdy, Snake.
Hello, Grandpap.
Yeah, just bring 'em on the store here, Grandpap. We'll get together on some kind of a deal.
Yeah, I want to set these things down. My arms are tired of carrying them.
Yeah, that's a big crate.
I ain't got 'em all here. I'm going to have to make 2 or 3 trips.
Yeah. And I just now give Snake Hogan a good skinning just now, Grandpa.
Oh, did you swap for that horse he's leading off?
Yeah, he's mine now.
Well, Snake never kept him long.
Huh?
Well, he just bought him yesterday off in them gypsies camped down there on Briar Creek.
Oh, no, Grandpa. This must be another horse. He was saying just now how bad he hated to part with him on account of the family liked him so well. Said they couldn't have got that attached to him in just one day, I know, the way he's talking there.
Yeah, might not be the same animal. You wouldn't have had the one he bought off of them, no way. He never give him but 20. No, I believe it's $10 he give him for him. And then he got stung.
Well, I do know. And I reckon Snake is just a poor trader. Go ahead in, Grandpa.
Well, come in, right over this way. Trade on this side of the store. Oh, yeah, howdy, Grandpa.
Now, don't start calling him over there. Me and Grandpap are doing some swapping here.
Yeah, I'm swapping Abner some rabbits, Lum.
Just set them down there anywhere, Grandpap. I'll get Cedric to fix up that big dry goods box after a little and put him in there. Well, I do know. Look at that. Cute little feller, ain't he?
Yeah, it's going to be just like parting with members of the family to let them go.
Now, don't start that, Grandpap. That's all I've heard. Folks around here either don't care much about their families or they think a sight more about the animals around their place than I ever allowed they did one.
Well, it's going to be sort of quiet around the place now without these little fellers.
You say this is just a part of them?
Yeah, I've got to make two trips more, I reckon.
Well, how many will there be altogether?
Well, there was 32 when I counted them a while ago.
Well, I thought you said yesterday there was just 20.
Well, that was yesterday. Yeah, there's 32 today.
Yeah, but here, I bought 'em yesterday, Grandpap, for $half a piece. That's $10.
Yeah, but they ain't delivered till today. You said you'd take all I had at 50 cents apiece.
Yeah, and you said that you just had 20, too.
Well, I did just have 20 yesterday, but I've got 32 now, I'm telling you.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what I'll do, Grandpap. I'll give you 50 cents apiece for 20 of 'em, and then 25 cents apiece for the rest. Regardless of how many it is. Take all you got and give you 50 cents for 20 and 25 for the rest of them.
25 cents apiece, huh?
Yeah.
Little ones and all.
Everything. Take 'em all.
Well, now you're getting into some figures there, Abner. Let's see, that's 20 from 32 is 12, ain't it?
I reckon so.
12 at 2 bits apiece. Let's see.
Now, let me get a pencil here. This is getting complicated, all these figures. I wish now I'd just give you $half straight.
Mr. Abner.
Oh, what is it, Cedric? Can't you see I'm busy here?
Cedric, don't come in here hollering that away, waking folks up. Scare me so bad I might not roll clean off the counter.
What's the matter, Cedric? What is it you want coming in here hollering?
Snake Hogan's out there with some kind of a horse and says he wants you to give him a due bill again the store here for $50.
Due bill?
Yes, I mean, he said he wouldn't have time to get the groceries this evening, whatever he's talking about.
Oh, yeah, sure, all right. Yeah, I'll give him a receipt for the horse. Let me write it out here, yeah.
What you got there in that box, Grandpap?
Snake Hogan.
Oh, just some rabbits I'm swapping to Abner.
$50 at my
These little
store.
fellers, ain't they?
Yes, Mom. Swan rabbits. I'll have a time with them.
I know.
It's bad about digging out of places. We'll have a regular zoo out there in the back before long. We've got calves and chickens and dogs and turkeys and hogs and guineas.
Here, Cedric. Here it is. Now just take it out there to him and tell him that that's good for $50 worth of groceries any time that he wants to come after him. I don't care when it is. Now, let's see, Grandpap. Wait a minute. That was our ring, I reckon.
No, I'll answer the telephone, Abner. Just stay right away
No,
from me.
you don't. No, you don't.
Granny, here. Hello? It's Jot 'em Down store.
Hello? This is Abner Peabody talking.
Shut up, Abner.
Huh?
Yes, Mom. He's here now.
Yeah, here, Grandpap. Your woman wants to talk to you. Here, just use this phone of mine right there.
Me? Well, how do you know? Reckon what she's wanting.
I don't know. Ask her and see. That's what she's up there for.
Hello? Yes, Charity, this is me. Oh, yes. Well, fine, good.
Company coming.
Well, I'm glad you called. Yeah, I was just closing a deal with Abner. All right. Yeah, I'll be home a little while. Some baking soda and bluing, huh?
Yeah, I'll just take that out when I trade him.
All right. Goodbye. Well, Abner, I've got 11 more rabbits to sell you now.
11 more?
Yeah.
You mean just since you left the place over there, Grandpap, and come over here to...
Mr. Abner, Snake Hogan said he'd just leave that horse out there at the side of the store for you.
At the side? Well, why didn't he take him on around back there and put him in the lot like I told him to?
Well, he couldn't. The horse laid down out there at the side of the store, and he couldn't get him back on his feet again. We've been out there, both of us have been a-trying it. He said not to worry, though. There weren't no danger of him running off.
Well, if Abner keeps this up, he'll trade himself right out of the store business.
Yeah, you heard the mention of the gypsies down by the lake? They would be a big mess, swapping a bunch of stuff that wasn't worth much of anything to Lum and Abner, and might near put them out of business. But then they ended up with a circus on top of all this. And thus, things got really crazy. From March 7th, 1935, over 80 years ago, Lum and Abner here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox.
Did you know that annually in our country, 340,000 homes are destroyed by fire? 11,000 lives and hundreds of millions of dollars are lost in these fires in homes. Don't run the risk in your own home of a costly and tragic fire, which can be prevented. Check now and regularly on the 5 simple points of fire prevention. First, don't smoke in bed or discard cigarettes or matches carelessly. 2, clean out old rags, newspapers, and other inflammables from the closets, attic, and cellar. 3, repair or replace broken or defective electrical wiring or electrical equipment. 4, use non-inflammable cleaning fluids. And 5, keep matches in a safe place, out of the reach of small children. It is a simple fact that nearly all the fires which destroy American homes could be prevented if these simple rules are followed. So, follow them in your own homes. Remember, don't gamble with fire. You can't win.
How many times do you drive along the highway at a pretty fast clip and come upon a policeman at the side of the road writing out a ticket for some unfortunate traffic law violator? What happens? Almost automatically, you slow down to a sensible speed and pay more attention to driving safely. Nobody likes to get a traffic summons, but it's only by even stricter law enforcement that we're ever going to cut down on the shocking and shameful death and accident rate on our highways. That's why we should all get behind local and state safety programs and support any measures that will make driving a pleasure instead of a risk. A proper safety program includes not only more rigid enforcement of traffic laws and stiffer penalties for violating them, but also better public education on safer, saner driving habits and the elimination of dangerous stretches of highway. The surest way to cut down on accidents, though, is for all of us, motorists and pedestrians alike, to be more careful and more sensible about how we drive and walk. Let's all work together to save more lives on the road. It's up to you.
And that's true. The life you save might be a listener to this program. Might even be Ted over at RadioMemories.com. He supplies shows on cassette, CD, or flash drive for your computer at a reasonable cost. RadioMemories.com, and they sound really good. Talk to Ted at RadioMemories.com. Also, thank this radio station and support their advertisers. It is their kindness and courtesy that allow us to be with you each and every time we roll around here on your favorite radio station. If you miss a day, you don't have to miss a single show. We produce 21 hours of classic radio theater each and every week, and you can find them all at classicradio.stream. At classicradio.stream, you can stream our shows, learn about building a classic radio collection of your own. You can contact me, find our social media links, and if you'd like to help us maintain our distribution channels and acquire additional classic radio collections, you can buy me a copy. The Buy Me a Coffee money is your way of showing how much you appreciate our show, and I appreciate it too. classicradio.stream. Thanks for tuning in, and tell all your friends the greatest radio shows of all time are right here at this spot on the dial. Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox on your favorite radio station.